sound. Dispensational premillennialism is the most popular eschatological view of the end times and is very common throughout the world. This view was first thought of by the Plymouth Brethren, a conservative, nonconformist evangelical movement in the 1800s. During that century, it began to spread until it was everywhere by the 20th century. Its belief states that the land described in Genesis 15:18 will be given to Israel, and that Jesus' second coming will happen before the millennial reign, which is treated as a literal event that will occur in the future. Genesis 15:18 says, "To your descendants I have given this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates."
Dispensational premillennialists believe that a rapture will occur that will take up all of the Christians on earth before the tribulation starts to protect them from oncoming judgment. Although the word rapture is not specifically mentioned in the Bible, there are verses that may refer to it. These verses are Revelation 3:10, 4:1-2, and 1 Thessalonians 5:9. Revelations 3:10 says, "Because you have kept my judgment to preserve, I will also keep you from the hour of trial which shall come upon the whole world, to test those who dwell on the earth." Revelations 4:1-2 says, "After these things I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was like a trumpet speaking to me, saying, 'Come up here, and I will show you things which must take place after this.' Immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne set in heaven, and one sat on the throne." And 1 Thessalonians 5:9 says, "For God did not appoint us to wrath, but to obtain salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ." These verses are where the idea of the rapture came from.
Dispensational premillennialists, like all other eschatologists, believe in the Great White Throne Judgment. The verse that talks about this is Revelation 20:11-15, which says, "Then I saw a great white throne, and him who sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, standing before God, and books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged according to their works, by the things which were written in the books. The sea gave up the dead who were in it, and death and Hades delivered up the dead who were in them, and they were judged, each one of them according to his works. Then death and Hades were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and anyone not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire."
Before the end can come, a series of prophecies must be fulfilled, many of which have been. Here are some of those. Israel is reborn in one day on May 14th, 1948. Isaiah 66:8 says, "Who has heard such a thing? Who has seen such a thing? Shall the earth be made to give birth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion was in labor, she gave birth to her children, and the Jews regathered in Israel from every direction." This last one is seen in numerous verses in the Bible. One is Isaiah 43:5-6. "Fear not, for I am with you. I will bring up your descendants from the east, and gather you from the west. I will say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth."